Happy New Year! Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Melanie Knight. I am excited today to talk about New Year's resolution. I love goal setting. I love planning for the future. And this video is to help you figure out how you can set concrete goals that will help you become a marine biologist that you're hoping to become, and take little steps along the way to make sure that you're progressing towards that goal. Okay, so there's one good thing to keep in mind while you're goal setting, and is to keep in mind the entire year. We're planning for our annual goals here, and so keep in mind the entire 12 months of 2022. Most people overestimate what they can do in a month, but they underestimate what they can do in a whole year. And so for that reason, it might be unrealistic to say that you're going to dive 12 times in the next month, but it's very realistic, potentially, that you could dive 12 times in the next year, once a month. If you look back at what you did in 2021, you might be quite surprised about how much you actually accomplished in an entire year, but maybe there was certain goals that you set for yourself to do in a month or in a week, but you didn't quite get them done. But give yourself a longer time period, and you know what, you probably did way more than you thought you could have. So we are going to use that same tactic and apply it to 2022. So some examples of things that you might start brainstorming around what you might be able to do. Things like learning to swim. For those of you who don't know how to swim yet, this might be your year to learn how to swim. Maybe if you already know how to swim, then we're talking about scuba diving or snorkeling. Maybe it's a certain number of dives that you want to do this year, or a certain location you really want to get to, or a certain animal you really want to swim with or dive with. Maybe that's your goal for the year. Maybe it's around travel. So traveling to a cool location, to like maybe a destination that you really wanted to go to. Of course, COVID throws a wrench in a lot of travel, but try and pick a location that you think you realistically could get to this year. For some of you, it might be more of a financial investment in getting the proper gear. This might be your year to get a dry suit, or it could be for you to get a really awesome freediving suit. If you don't have a snorkel and mask yet, then getting a proper snorkel and mask is a really great investment. Once you have a mask and snorkel, you can use that to get into the water more often this year. Maybe it's that you want to increase your intelligence, increase your knowledge around the field of marine biology. And so one might be to read more books, read more books on the topic. Or it could be that you want to elevate your grades because you really want to get into a top school, or at the school of your choice that offers marine biology. In that case, then doubling down on your schoolwork and making that your focus is a fantastic goal. For some of you, it might be more experience. And in that case, then you can get experience in lots of different ways. One being that you actually get an at-home aquarium. Maybe this is your year to learn how to take care of a couple key fish and some really cool plants. So now that we've got some more ideas flowing, you probably have some new ideas that you're thinking about, and I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Please leave a comment below on what your New Year's resolution is. But can I give you a couple key tips on how to make this goal really stick? Is making your goal a SMART goal. And SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, or time-bound. So that means that it's not just like, I'm gonna go diving this year. That's not specific, measurable. So when you say, I want to go diving this year, I need you to say what month, how many times. I need you to say where. I need you to say with who. And all of those things will help you get more crystallized in what that goal really means. So this way, when you're planning for your goals, you can literally put it in the calendar and say, okay, when I go on my family vacation, which is normally in July, and we normally go to this lake, I'm going to go diving there. But first there might need to be some research done to make sure that you can go diving, and that you can afford to go diving, and that your family is okay with you going diving, or whatever the goal may be. So in that case, then it could also be that you need to do some research and then really clearly set that goal. And I would set that goal with your family or with your friends, whoever it is that you plan on doing that goal with. I have some diving goals, I have some travel goals, but one of my goals that I want to share with you is actually to do with you. I actually want to have a 12-part series over the course of the year, so one per month, that describes to you a cool book that I've read about the oceans that I think you should read too. So that would be my goal. So to read 12 books and then make 12 videos for you. I'd love to have your suggestions if you have any. So your goal, in order to make it measurable, does need to have both a date in it and a number in it. And the number often means when we talk about measurable goals, it needs to be something that can be measured. So in order to measure something, you kind of have to have a number in it. So in my case, it's 12 books per year for the year. So the date would be December 31st, 2022. But for you, so it needs to have a date and it needs to have a number. For you, it could be 12 dives. It could be 3 new books. It could be It could be increasing your grades from a 75 to an 85% average. A dry suit that's say under $600 or something like that. It also potentially might be asking you to save money to get that gear, to get that dive trip, to buy those books. So I'd highly encourage you to write this down both in the comments below or on a sticky note and post it up on your wall. That's really, really key to make sure that you are actually sticking with your goals. And I will try my best to check in with you and see how things are going. If you make a comment, I'd love to check in with you, say in 6 months from now, and we can determine how you're doing with your goals. Talk to your friends and family about what you have planned. Again, when you state your goal out loud, it's way more likely that you're actually going to do it. It's also more likely that you're going to get helped in doing it and accomplishing it, which means that people around you will actually be able to say like, hey, how are you doing on that goal? Or hey, I was thinking about this thing, and hey, that's exactly where you wanted to travel, right? The more people that you tell, the more people that can help you with achieving your goal in that timely way and in that measured way. So share your goal with me, with others. Let's hold each other accountable to the things that we really want to do in life, which is to help the oceans and conserve our planet. So let's do that together, baby. Let's do it. Have a very happy new year. Super stoked for you and this upcoming year. Also, I'm just super proud that on Christmas Day, I reached 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. That's a lot for me. And so I'm really, really stoked that you've all taken the time to actually subscribe. I ask that you do if you're not already. I honestly really appreciate it. There's gonna be more stuff coming out this year. Again, talk about a measurable goal. That was mine. That was one of mine for this year, and you all helped me achieve that. So thank you so much. And I wish you all a very happy new year. I will see you a lot this year, I hope. Okay, see you soon. Be like 2022.